Welcome to the fifth and final lesson of Learn Zapier in 14 days. Let's face it, onboarding new employees can be chaotic. Forms to fill out, accounts to create, emails to send, meetings to schedule, and that's just day one. What if you can automate this entire process with just a few clicks? This Zap will help you streamline your onboarding process by organizing and automating tasks for new hires, notifying the right teams for app access, and closing the loop by setting up new employees with all the tools they need to get their work done. It sounds like a lot, but we'll be using the Employee Onboarding Manager template as a foundation to build from. So let's get started. To start, we'll navigate to the template library and click on the Employee Onboarding Manager template. From here, we'll start in tables and fill out our test record. This data will be used to test out each step of this automation. Since this onboarding process is geared towards IT folks, we'll leave a few of these fields blank and focus on the Employee Onboarding Zap. That's the great thing about these templates. They do the hard work for you, and then you can go in and customize the automation with the apps you use every day. So, we filled out all the required fields, and now we need to set up our main Zap in order to enable the onboarding button in our table. We'll click on the button and see the connected onboarding Zap from there. That takes us to the Zap editor that has all our steps created. We just need to customize each one to fit our needs. We'll test our trigger step, which is our first step in this Zap, to make sure that it captures our test data. Awesome job! Moving on to our action step, we'll connect our Google Calendar account to find the onboarding event. Under the Configure tab, we'll map the required calendar field to the correct Google Calendar. Because this action is a search step, a search term is required in order for the action to match us with the correct event. Then we'll test this step. And it found the onboarding event in our Google Calendar. Awesome work! The first Google Calendar event was field mapped with our email account, so it automatically connected to our next Google Calendar event and changed the action event to adding attendees. We'll continue to map the remaining required fields with our calendar and calendar event. We'll test our step, and now the attendee's email was sent an invite to the onboarding event on Google Calendar. Next, we'll create our welcome message in Slack. This will introduce the new employee to their colleagues at the organization. We'll add our main Slack channel where all of our new hire messages will be sent, and customize the text to reflect the new employee's name, title, department, and manager. Now we test this step to make sure it all runs smoothly. Awesome work! The Slack message was successfully created when we tested the step. For the next few steps, we're going to focus on customizing them to our IT onboarding process. The first step is to use Formatter to modify our fields so that the data is correctly formatted for the next step. We'll choose text as the action event, and then split text under the transform field. Plus, we'll add the name we want to split the text from and create two separate fields from. Awesome job! Now we have our new employee name from tables split into two separate fields. This will come in handy when we map this data to our Okta step. Choose Okta as the app and create user as the event. This step will create a new user account on Okta and send an email to the new hire to finish the setup process. We'll map the required fields with the data from our onboarding table. As you can see, we mapped the split text from the formatter step to the first name and last name fields. Then, we'll test our step to make sure the correct information gets sent to Okta and to their email. Awesome work! Our Okta account was created and the activation email was sent to our new employee. Next, we want to create a first week checklist for our employees to review, so we'll generate this with the help of ChatGPT. We'll choose Write Email as the action event and connect to our ChatGPT account. Here's where we'll add our prompt for this step and give ChatGPT instructions on what to include in the first week checklist for our new employee. This list will vary based on the department the new hire is joining. Once our message is finished, we'll test our step to see what ChatGPT generates. This looks great! ChatGPT included all the specific information we requested. Our final step for this Zap is to send the first week checklist over to our new hire. We'll use Gmail as the app and send email as the event. Next, we'll customize the email subject and body by mapping the fields from the ChatGPT step. Once everything looks good, we'll continue and test our step. Great work! And now, the employee onboarding template is now live and ready to use for all our new hires across the company. Since our test was successful, all we need to do now is activate this app by clicking Publish. And that's a wrap! Congrats on completing the Learn Zapier in 14 Days series. As always, if you're looking for some automation inspiration, check out the Zapier Templates library to find the perfect pre-built workflows for your team. No setup required. And if you haven't already, now it's your turn to give it a try. Thanks for coming along on this ride. We'll see you again soon.